It might look archaic compared to its new counterpart, but I think there are some things we want back from Jurassic World Evolution 1. Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. And today I want to discuss some of the things that we want back from Jurassic World Evolution 1 for Jurassic World Evolution 2. But before we get into that, don't forget to like, comment, and if you're new here, subscribe for more from all of us at Tricolor Gaming. Right, let's take a trip back in time. Jurassic World Evolution 1. Oh, I know I wasn't very happy at the time about the game, but there are a few things that I think we would love to have from it inside of Jurassic World Evolution 2. So let's explore the past. This is probably one of the smallest things that we need in Jurassic World Evolution 2. The fact is that even in sandbox mode, you have to keep refilling up or rebuilding your carnivore feeders. The meat, goat and fish feeders all have this issue. Now it's odd, considering that in Jurassic World Evolution 1, the ability to have infinite feeders was an option in the sandbox settings. It would be such a simple setting to be given, and it's strange that it's currently missing from Jurassic World Evolution 2. So while we have the Aviaries in Jurassic World Evolution 2, I think it would be good for us to actually have the bigger, supersized version from the first game. I would guess that the old Aviary is about twice as tall as the ones we received. It also comes with walkways inside mirroring the Jurassic Park 3 film style. Now while the new Aviaries can be internally decorated in whatever style we like, they are really short. And this brings us to the Quetzalcoatlus. It's huge. It's a monster pterosaur. And yet in these super short Aviaries it looks, well, kind of cramped. I think we need a taller version of the aviary which can interconnect just like the current buildings. With the extra height, not only would it give some space for our decorations, including really tall trees which currently stick out of the roof of a lot of the aviaries, but it would also make a better home for our lovely Quetzalcoatlus. And talking of creatures, so this one might be a little controversial. I am not personally a fan of the hybrids as a concept. I think it was a silly thing to do for the movies. However, beyond that, as creatures for our parks, I don't feel as bad towards them. But Jurassic World Evolution 1 gave us a lot bigger range of sizes and types. I believe that we need to have the Stegoceratops, the Ankylodocus and the Spinoraptor back. Obviously, I think they all need a little redesigning, the Ankylodocus for sure, but it would give us some range amongst all the deadly weapon hybrids we have currently in Jurassic World Evolution 2. The fact we also have the pterosaurs and aquatics in Jurassic World Evolution 2 provides the opportunity to have hybrids in those areas. I think as part of a free update in the future, we should get the 3 missing hybrids from Jurassic World Evolution 1 back, and at the same time have a paid DLC added to give us some aquatic, pterosaurs, and maybe a few new dinosaur hybrids. In a future video, I'll go through what I think that DLC might entail, but let me know down in the comments what types of hybrid you would like to see be added. So while Jurassic World Evolution 2 gives us the ability to create our design of buildings, Jurassic World Evolution 1 did give us a few things that we don't currently have. First amongst those is the missing buildings. The storm defense structures I think would certainly add to the current gameplay. While we can upgrade our structures with the storm defense upgrade, that takes up one of 2 slots that we have. In addition, every building would need it. The storm defense towers from the first game worked on an area of effect, which I think for larger parks works a lot better than having to give every single structure the upgrade. And given that our biomes all have some pretty hostile weather conditions, the storm defense structures would make a great addition. Second thing that would be interesting to have back is the paleo greenhouse structure. I loved this little building, mostly for the way it looked, but also because as park designers we could use this structure to create other pretend things. I once created a mock bug house by sticking a few together. So if we were to bring this structure back in Jurassic World Evolution 2, what could it be used for? Well, why not turn it into an Eden Project style tourist structure? If you've not heard of the Eden Project, it's a huge series of greenhouses and biome domes in England. If you've seen the James Bond movie Die Another Day, some of the big dome scenes were filmed at the Eden Project. Now, for Jurassic World Evolution 2, we could have the small paleo greenhouse back, but instead of it being for growing plants, we could use it as an attraction to earn money from particular types of guests. We could even still have the option to grow specific plants for our plant eaters as an extra treat. And what about those smaller Jurassic Park era amenities? While the new amenity structures for Jurassic World Evolution 2 work well, and it gives us a lot of variation, the first game's smaller versions were much better at fitting in those difficult, tight, small locations. It'd be nice to have a Jurassic World Evolution 2 version, maybe just a smaller amenity style, like half the size of the current small building, that we could alter and design. We're also missing 50% of the path options, with the first game allowing us to use up to 6 path colours and sizes if you're using mods in one park. Finally, and sticking with the idea of the amenities buildings, there are some great elements from the buildings of the first game that would make for some great new additions to the modular amenity system that we have. Let's take a quick look. The old gift shop had this wonderful circular entrance, and I think this would make a great addition, a new type of entrance added for the 3 current ones we have in game. We could certainly include the mostly glass-fronted fast food entrance to that style as well, as a sort of super large entrance to a building. The old arcade building has those big triangles that we do have in Jurassic World Evolution 2, however I think they were made better in the first game. A new type of triangles that are in fact bigger and have the light strips on the front like the first game would be a welcome addition. Next up, the old bar. I loved this structure. It was very elaborate and it had this wonderful covered upstairs area. And while we can make something similar to Jurassic World Evolution 2, I think the Jurassic World Evolution 1 option was better with this wooden paneling and bamboo roofing. I think it would make for a posher design of upstairs seating area. The old clothes shop doesn't have that much about it, but what I love is this prominent European style roof. We have the thatch roof module parts, but something of this style would make a great addition. The restaurant building is more or less remakeable in the second game. However, something I would love to see is the bringing back of these stone effect panels. While we can colour our amenities whatever colour we like, I think we're missing something like patterned textured panels. And it's not just the restaurant stone effect panels that we could have. The Fossil Zone building comes with these wonderful Jurassic Park style bone texture panels, which could also be added as another great addition alongside the stone effect. The Fossil Zone building also has this decorative foliage planter along the roof front, and that would make a good ceiling option on top. The final thing are these awnings and seating benches that are from the toy shop building, and it would make for another decorative option for Jurassic World Evolution 2, especially if they could be recoloured like the rest of the building. Now, while Jurassic World Evolution 2 has these wonderful biomes, when it comes to map design, many of the Jurassic World Evolution 2 maps are pretty uninspiring. So why don't we bring back some of the Jurassic World Evolution 1 maps? I think there are 5 maps that would be great to have back in the second game and would make for a perfect map DLC, whether it's paid or for free. The first map I'd bring back is Isla Matanceros. This first map that we all got our hands on in the first game is actually more decorative than a lot of Jurassic World Evolution 2 maps. The beautiful background waterfalls and dominant mountains make for a wonderful backdrop, and the map itself has this large mound in the middle to add interest. If I was going to bring this map back, I would make this one of the Alpine maps, so we could have snow effect on it. Next up is Isla Tacaño Prime. This map was one of my favourites. The large central lake makes for a great backdrop, and the map itself is distinct, not just in shape but also in height variation, with a very prominent upper section on the right and a very prominent lower section on the left. In Jurassic World Evolution 2, I'd like to see this map expanded so that we could build around the lake in more of a ring-shaped donut sort of map. Third, and probably everyone's least favourite map, I would bring back Isla Pena. Now I'm adding Isla Pena to this list because I think it gave us all a unique challenge in space. It also had plenty of height differences and really good views. If I were to bring this map back to Jurassic World Evolution 2, I'd give us all a little bit more land to play with by expanding the boundaries of the map beyond many of the ridge lines around the outer edges. I'd also make this map alpine so that we can have snowdrifts covering it. Next up is Isla Sorna. This huge map with its large central plateau was one of the better Jurassic World Evolution 1 map. I think this would be great to have back in Jurassic World Evolution 2, only this time we could make it properly Isla Sorna. I'd give this map the same biome as the Biosyn Sanctuary map so that we could have all those mysterious fogs and tall pines. The final map I'd include is the wonderful Isla Muerta East. I loved this map, and in fact it's the map I used to win Evo's 40,000 subscriber battle of the builders. This wonderful waterside map offers nice views, a nice flat build area. For the biome, I'd give it a unique mix which I'd call coastal, a mix of desert texture for the sand and the tropical biome trees and such. So these are 5 things I would love to see come back to Jurassic World Evolution 2 from its former game. Let me know in the comments what you think would be good to have back from the first game, or what features you think Jurassic World Evolution 2 still needs. Don't forget, if you haven't liked, please do so, and subscribe and ring that notification bell for more content from all of us at Trichlor Gaming. Until the next video, stay safe and goodbye.